it's Naya. Welcome back to Naya Reasons Smiles. Like 4:30 p.m. and I just have a little bit of sunlight left, and I decided that I'm going to be doing a weekend reading vlog today, and I'm so excited. I have been highly anticipating this book. It finally came in the mail. It came in the mail on Wednesday. I flew through the first half of the book and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have to wait till Friday or the weekend because I want to finish the last half of the book in one sitting like I did the first half of the book. A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. I know this book is all over the internet, all over Bookstagram and BookTube right now, and I feel like it is one of those books that is so deserving of the hype it is getting. But this book is a young adult fantasy book, and it takes place in a fantasy world inspired by West African folklore. We're following two main characters. It's told in dual POV, which I love. You guys, it's not considered a trope. I don't think it's considered a trope, but one of my favorite writing styles is books that are told in dual perspective, especially when it's like a male female, or it's like two characters that are kind of the love interests of each other in a book, and they're, you know, we go back and forth between them. I love that. But I digress. Following two main characters, our main male protagonist, his name is Malik, and he is a refugee from this country called Esran. And our main female protagonist is a princess named Karina, and she is the princess of Zaran. The book takes place during an event, a week-long event called Sostagia, and it's like the biggest festival, this big celebration to celebrate the gods and the deities. Malik, as well as his two sisters, are refugees, and they're trying to get into the city of Zaran, and so they have like forged papers. Their whole future and their family's future is dependent on them getting into Zaran, one, so that they can celebrate Sostagia, but also so that they can like get a job and work and hopefully send money to their families back in Esran. Our main character Malik, his younger sister Nadia, is kidnapped by a vengeful spirit. In order to get his sister back, he has to kill the Princess Karina, by the end of Sostagia. Princess Karina, her mother, she's the ruler of Zaran, she was just killed, and in order to bring her mother back, she needs the heart of a king for this resurrection spells she plans on doing. Every person is born under a sign depending on what day of the week they're born. So each sign is, a champion is chosen, and they have to compete against each other during Sostagia. Like there's different games. Karina devises a plan where the winner of Sostagia will get her hand in marriage and thus become the king, so that she can then off with their head. This book is amazing, you guys. Like when I tell you, both the characters Malik and Karina are like, I'm in love with them, and you guys know I love kind of hate to love romances, and I guess this one is a not technically hate to love, it's kind of kill to love. Is that a thing? I don't know. We have multiple kind of plot lines going on in this book. Both characters are kind of morally gray. They have killing or like murderous intentions, but for good reason, if that makes sense. We have both these characters that are trying to assassinate each other, but they're also kind of low-key falling in love with each other. The author did a great job at not only keeping the detail of the book, but also the pace of the book. And oh my god, okay, I'm acting like this is a full review, you guys. I'm only halfway through the book, so I am going to get a snack. I just went grocery shopping, so I'm gonna put away my groceries, get a cup of tea, get a little bit of work done I still have to do on my computer, and then I am going to finish this. You guys, okay, so I didn't announce this yet. I think I announced it on my Instagram, but not on here. I'm gonna be working with Buffalo Street Books. I was invited to co-moderate a Zoom event that you guys can check out. It's gonna be Monday the 13th, and it's completely free. There's a link to register, so if you guys want to watch me be nervous and ask questions to the author of this book, you can check it out down below. I'm so nervous, you guys, because like when it's a book that I love, like I have so many questions for the author, but also like I have to like keep my fangirl to myself. Also, you guys, I don't know what my last reading vlog was, but I know I hadn't gotten my couch yet, but you guys, my couch came and it is here. Shall I demonstrate the couch? Hold on. Darling, for everyone who guessed that the couch is red, you are 100% correct. There's a few people who were thinking that the couch was gonna be yellow, which you guys, I was deciding between red and yellow, and you guys know red is my favorite color. Okay guys, I'm actually going to read now, and I will update you when I get further into the book. We are on my floor now, and we are by my couch. You guys, I love this couch so much. You're probably like, Naya, you bought a couch. Why don't you sit on it? I'm next to it, okay? Close enough. In my last reading vlog, I was talking about this new series that I started reading. Well, it's like an old series, but it was new to me. And it was the Golden Compass series. I started reading this back in March, you guys. I finally finished the last book in the series. The first book is The Golden Compass, and okay, I kept calling it the Golden Compass series. I do this thing where when I start a book series, I call the entire book series by whatever the first book in that series is. So like, for example, when I was reading City of Bones for the first time, I kept calling the Shadowhunter series, is it even called the Shadowhunter series? I kept calling it like the City of Bones series. This series is called the His Dark Material series, and this is the last book in that series. And you guys, when I tell you, I physically bawled when I finished this book series. Thank you for everyone who told me that they originally adapted it into a movie that came out back in 2008. ABC did an HBO did an adaptation, and it has girl that played the daughter of Logan in the Wolverine series or the X-Men movies. I plan on watching that series as soon as I start my HBO subscription again, because that, like, $14 a month is expensive, okay? Oh my god, like I don't even know how to describe it, because the first book is so drastically different from the last book. But essentially we're following our main character named Lyra, and she's only like 12 or 13 in the first book. So I would classify the first book as maybe like middle grade, but by the time you get to the last book, you guys, like I consider this adult, not because it's explicit, but just because it gets so philosophical, okay? In this book, our characters are traveling to multiple worlds, and there are these different devices. Our main character Lyra, she has this althometer which allows her to ask it questions, and it has all these little pictures and it tells her the truth. I don't want to spoil the last book. I really don't want to tell you anything besides it's just amazing. If you want like an adventure story, you guys, like this book was an adventure. It reminds me of the Chronicles of Narnia. My soul, like a piece of my soul died when I finished this book. Like you'll read a line and there's 4 different ways you can interpret that one line, which blows my mind that this is considered like a kid's book, which I could totally see how you could read it as a child and then read it as an adult, and the meaning of it changes depending on the age that you read it at, if that makes any sense. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love books like this. It's up there with the Chronicles of Narnia. There are so many hidden, I don't know, just like hidden meanings in everything that Philip Pullman writes. And the characters, you know, they're children, but they're forced into situations in which they have to act like adults. You know, they have to quite literally save multiple worlds. I only have one sticky tab because I was just reading it I was so like invested in it that I just didn't want to stop to highlight or annotate this book. I'm talking to my mom on the phone, you guys. Are you ready for your debut?
No, Naya.
Okay, I'll like blur it out. You could just say hi, okay? Mama, say hello. Can you see yourself? Okay, well, I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna finish my book.
Alright.
You guys know I just moved, so I still have been getting packages at my dad's apartment. So every week I have been going over there and collecting the packages that come. I got 2 books, and I'm not sure when they were sent to me. I think they were in like our little locker room area where we pick up like packages. I think they were there for a while, so these books probably already came out. The first one I I've heard about, I don't know too much about. I have not read anything by Veronica Roth since Allegiant. What is that, like 4 or 5 years now? I'm still not over that book, okay? This is one of Veronica Roth's new books, and it is called Chosen Ones. I know this book follows a group of teenagers who are chosen, which is why it's called Chosen Ones, to defeat sort of this villain that is wrecking havoc. I think it takes place in the real world. This next book they sent to me is Escape Room by Marin Stoffels. This book is following a group of teens who basically have to do an escape room, but this escape room is real and there's someone who has trapped them in there and they have to escape. This is a super short book, so I'm very excited. I haven't read a thriller in a hot minute, so I'm excited to read this one. Okay, let us finish A Song of Wraiths and Ruin. Oh my god, also, you guys, they did a video, Epic Reads did a video on how they created this cover. It's so good. It's on YouTube. I'm gonna include it in the link below if you want to check it out. Hey guys! Okay, so I just finished A Song of Wraiths and Ruin. You guys, I don't know if it's too soon to claim a favorite book of 2020, but I think this has to be one of my favorite fantasy books of this year. It was so fast-paced, it was so fun, like the characters are both fantastic. Like whenever there's a book told from dual POV or multiple points of view, I always end up liking like one character more than another character. I'm happy to say this is one of the few fantasy books where I loved both the point of views. I think the author did such a wonderful job with the whole magic system in this book. It was very new to me. I haven't read too many books that are inspired by West African folklore, so this was totally new as far as just the different creatures that were in the book, or not creatures, but magical creatures, I guess you could say. The way the book ended, okay, I can't really spoil, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but okay, so basically the way the book ended, like, I'm so excited for the next book. Really pleasantly surprised and happy was represented in this book was that the main male protagonist, he suffers from panic attacks and anxiety, and that's something that I see written about more in contemporary YA, but not too much in fantasy books. I was not able to guess the ending at all. Like, I had an idea of like who was a certain assassin and like who did what, and it was totally flipped on its head. Anyways, it was a fantastic book. I cannot wait for the second book. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep reading, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!